Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Dream Team chat on a Tuesday. If you are joining us live, you guys are in for such a treat tonight. It is the third Tuesday, right? The third Tuesday of this month, which means that we normally have a guest speaker tonight. And for the past few months, it's been people from our team, which has been really amazing. But tonight, we have invited one of my really, really sweet friends to come and chat with you guys just kind of about all around business. We've been talking about last month, we did like sponsoring, and we've talked about habits in our business and things of that nature. But tonight, Rhianna is coming to us to talk about habits that she's formed in her business and all around best practices. And one of my favorite things is the perspective of what I wish I would have known when I first started. And so we have a lot of really new people, a lot of really new people here tonight, which is so awesome. So this is great for you guys to kind of just tuck away. Everybody's going to get something from this because she's an incredible superstar director, like incredible. She's been on trips. We got to reconnect on the cruise. And she is just one of the sweetest people that I know. And she's a boss in this business. And so you're going to want to take notes. You're going to want to make sure that you're tuned into what she has for you tonight. And this is not her first go around actually on our team page. She's come on and talked about fundraising before. And so excited to welcome her back. Reed, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Bree. Thank you, Alex, for having me here, for inviting me to come and share with your team. I don't take it lightly. It's a privilege to be able to sit with you guys and chat. And one thing about me is I love interaction. If you have questions, throw them in the chat on the side. I'm happy to pause and answer that way at the end. It's not kind of like everywhere, because sometimes I forget what I say and I'm just like, wait, what? So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat and I'm happy to pause if it fits at that moment. If not, I'll come back to it. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Rhianna Franco. I am a superstar director out of Whittier, California, which is about 30 minutes from Disneyland. If you guys have been over here, that's around where I'm at. So, and it's been pretty, what's the weather like over there? You guys are you guys mostly all in Texas over here? It's been 85, 90, 100. It's been really, really, really hot. Lots of California, girl, Sacramento. Yes, cool in Texas. Fine. I'm so jealous. Like I'm burnt today. I came straight from my daughter's softball game. So, okay, it's still hot in some of the places over there. That's interesting. Lots of California girls. I love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right in tonight. Ooh, Colorado. Okay, 56 in Kentucky. I actually want to visit Kentucky. There's a few things I want to do over there. Tonight's training or just chat, I would just say chat. I'm just sitting here chatting with you guys. It's basically some nuggets, some insight, and some tips. And like Bree said, I told her kind of like what I wish I knew when I first started, because sometimes when, especially nowadays, we can be overwhelmed with how much there is to do with our business, like creative wise, and that we get so focused on all the new stuff that we forget the foundation of what we need to do. And it's really, really simple. It's really basic. So when we focus on the basics of our business, which we're going to talk about, and we're going to use the 3 legs of success. And I'm sure you guys have already heard that, but I'm going to kind of use that as my skeleton to touch on the basis of how we should be working our business to the point where we're not getting overwhelmed and resentful towards our business. If you're new, you might be like, I could never, I'm so excited. And how could I ever be, how can it become too much? Because it can, because we have life, because we have families, because we have husbands, we have kids, we have all the stuff. Okay. So sometimes juggling that gets a little crazy, but we're going to talk about that. If you guys don't have the 3 legs of success paper, I'm going to share everything I share tonight. I'm going to send to Bree and Alex so that they can upload wherever they want to. So anything I show you, any templates, any whatever, I'm going to upload. So this is what I'm going to be going off tonight as my skeleton. So let's decide tonight that we are not going to overcomplicate. That's one thing I wish I knew. coming into the business. When I first started Scentsy 6.5 years ago, everything was pretty basic. Bree, Alex, can you guys like witness that? It was very basic. It wasn't a lot of the extras that happen now. When I first joined, it wasn't like that. It was kind of like cut and dry, but now there's lots of extras, and it's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. It's just learning how to make sure you do the most important things first, and then add on the icing and the cherries and all that. Okay, so let's decide we're not going to overcomplicate, and we're not going to paralyze ourselves to where we're so overwhelmed that we do nothing. Okay, that's when things start getting crazy. We're going to use the first leg of success, which is sales. Can you guys do me a favor on the chat? Can you tell me what your title is? I'm curious, the majority of what I'm working on. I'm going to touch on pretty much where everybody can get some usage out of this. But if I want to know where maybe a little bit more focus has to be, director, lead. Okay, just keep putting it. Oh, there really is a variety. I love it. Okay, got it. Michelle, you're still a director, sister. Okay, I love it. Certified. There's lots of you guys. Okay. All right, so one of the things that I want to talk about is in sales is bag parties and home parties. Now, as you see, we have superstar, lead, star director. Those of you guys who have been in the business for a while, you might have known that the business shifted maybe to less of a party environment, but that's not necessarily how it should be. Okay, because, and I say this because we can be successful with our customers, right? But eventually your customer base is going to run dry, and you cannot count on those same customers to keep buying. So how do you get new people? How do you keep building your customer base? You have to party. And the word party, we don't kind of use really much anymore. I use the word gathering or share. So I think we need to come back to the simplicity of the bag shares, of the home gatherings. Okay, and I'm gonna go into detail, but we have to come back to the party part of our business, because this is how our customer base is going to stay healthy. Any of you guys struggling with customer base? Are you guys maybe stagnant? Have you guys run dry your customers? It's okay if you have, put it in the chat. I'm just wondering. Like I said, I like to engage with you guys, and you guys engage back. I did bring my little party bag so I could show you guys what's in it, but I want you guys to realize, not run dry, but definitely wanting to expand. Okay, Bree, that same girl. Partying in person is my favorite, Haley. It really is. I love partying. It's so different, but I'll touch on that next. We cannot lose that, guys. So we're gonna focus on that. So here is my bag share. I call it a bag share. Okay. Simple, and I'm going to show you guys what's in it, but it's this clear bag I got from Five Below. It was like $3, I think. They have them in pink, green, black, whatever floats your boat. This little tag out here, the lighting is bad. Okay, it says, take a share bag. I put this at my home parties too, which I'll elaborate on. But it says, take a share bag today for a week and get a free fragrance flower. Share the bag with friends, family, coworkers. Collect orders, earn a free and half off items. Turn in a qualifying share bag. And then in parentheses, it says $200 subtotal. Get a free mini warmer of your choice. I'm going to use my perpetual item to pay for that. It's $10 to give them an incentive to hit at least 200, right? On top of your host rewards. And on the bottom, it says, I'm so grateful for my hosts. You all make it possible to do what I love, to do. Okay. And on this, let me turn this off. It will have a QR code. It'll have the QR code to their party right here. Okay. So when they take this around to people, their friends can literally just scan the code and shop directly from there. Okay, and one of the biggest things that people don't want to deal with these kind of parties or gatherings or shares is because they don't want to deal with money. They don't want to collect money. They don't want to deal with it. Nope, go ahead and just send them straight to your QR code. They can shop from their party, from the girls' party or the guys' party, whoever's having it. Or if the person wants to collect orders, I have all my Venmo information on there as well. Okay, so in here, and I'll explain why it says this wording. There's usually different wording. It'll say, welcome to my my share part, or my bag share, dig deep in the bag and find. I'll upload that template for you guys as well. Okay. So then I have my I include order forms, okay, highlighted with every single line I want them to fill out. We do not want these order forms coming back with just their name, okay? And this is something that I struggled with in the beginning, because I was like, oh, they only put their name, because they're not, most people don't want to give their email, their address, their phone number. But what I do is I give an incentive to my host. I'll say, make sure all the highlighted info is complete for quick processing, and a small gift from me. And they'll get like maybe Scent Circle with some little sample goodies, because they're like, make sure you fill out all the information on there. They're going to tell their people, okay? So then I highlight what they should be filling out. We want their name, their address, their phone number, their email, because through Scentsy, we have free marketing. Okay, we don't have, the Scentsy sends out a monthly newsletter on our behalf. So we want to make sure that we put their information in, and I'll get back to that. Okay, and then I'll put the tax rate on there, and then if they're going to have a shipping cost. Okay, so in the bag, and I include a clipboard with a pen. I include catalogs, a mini warmer, and a wax bar for them to use. And in the, I just realized it's not in here. In this bag, there's a note that says when they're about to return their bag that they could keep the wax bar. Okay, so I want them to use it, and it gives them instructions. Plug in this warmer and put a cube in, and then when upon returning, keep the bag, just return the mini warmer. Okay, and I put in a little holiday one because that's what I want them to buy right now. Okay, then I have a mini fan, because some people don't want to deal with wax. Okay, so here's another option. You're not going to have the option to say, oh, I don't want wax because it spills, because I'm already saying, oh, well, here's another option for you. And then I'll say the same thing about the pods. And I'll tell the girls, plug this in. If you take it to your job, plug this in your bathroom at your work, or plug this in at the nurse's station, or wherever you can have fragrance. Okay, and then I'll tell them how to use it. And then I include a mini fan, same thing, and a travel twist. You can include whatever the heck you want. Okay, do not say to yourself, and this is again going back to the simplicity, to where we feel like, oh, I don't have what Rhianna said, so I can't do the party. No, go with what you have in your house. If you have a mini warmer, which I hope we do, plugged in, pull that out, clean it, put it in a bag, throw some wax cubes that you have in stock. Throw a catalog. If you don't have a catalog, throw a template, like a Canva template with a digital. If you can't afford catalogs right now, throw it the digital link so they can do a digital flip through it. There's always a way to make things happen. Okay, when I first started the business, I didn't want to have a lot of catalogs. I didn't want to spend a lot of money. I wasn't in it for the business. I was in it for the discount. So now I wish I had that insight or that option. Bree, did we have a digital flip cat? We didn't, huh? 6.5 years ago. No, right? Okay, that's kind of new. So now the essentials, the certifieds, the leads, now save yourself some money if you're on a budget, because we should not be spending our family money on Scentsy. I'm sure you guys have heard that throughout your with Alex and Bree. If you are tight on money, okay, use the digital flip catalog through a QR code free on Canva, okay, and put that on here and have them look through the catalog on there. There's no excuse to not get the parties. I don't have all that. It doesn't matter. Do with what you have. Okay, and I wish I would have known that a long time ago. Probably would have saved me a lot of money. Okay, and a lot of pressure that I put on myself that wasn't necessary. This business should be fun, so make sure that you're adjusting accordingly. If something feels pressure, or if something feels like you're spending too much, like sit back and write it all out, make it make sense, and then make it work for you and your family. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't worry about what Bree is doing. They're just giving a skeleton. You fit in what works for you. Okay. And that was one thing I wish I knew from back then too, because I tried to literally mock every single piece. And when I didn't have it, I fell short and then I just didn't get it done. So don't get stuck there. Okay, guys. Now, also, like I said, home gatherings are huge now for me and my business because it's the holiday and I started to theme them. Okay, girlfriend, what do you want? What theme do you want? What do you mean, what theme? Last week, I did a mimosas, a sip and sniff mimosa gathering with one of my girlfriends, and she had about 9 people there. Her party was like 550, 600. So she had a great time. I'm still trying to get her to join, but she's bucking. I'm like, girl, just do it. And she's got a lot of friends. Okay, so home gatherings. When you are getting ready for a home gathering, and this is what I wish I knew, it's important to be prepared because you're going to have these people in front of you. And what do I mean prepared? Being prepared for a home gathering, you want to have every opportunity placed simply. And what do I mean by that? For example, when I do home gatherings, my goal is to book at least 2 to 3 more home gatherings from that one. I do not want that to be a dead end. I didn't know that in the beginning. I was just like, yay, a home gathering, that's so fun. Got the sales, and then I was done. Okay, and then or they'll order for me randomly. But our goal should be home parties, to book more home parties or home gatherings, however you want to say it. Okay, so what I did this past Saturday is I did little boo buckets, and I went to Target. I set these on the host table, and I'll show you what's inside. I went to Target. I got this cute little cup for $1. I'm sure you guys have seen them. I got this cute little koozie, scary movie and chill for $1. I had scent circles. FYI, get your scent circles for free, certified, essential. Get them for free with your host credit. This costs you nothing. Okay, if you want to reward your customers, you want to say thank you. You don't have to get all fancy. You just write a thank you on there, and they'll be grateful. This is a free gift. Okay, I had a room spray, so I just threw it in there, and then I did a dryer disc sample. Okay. This is all stuff I had in stock, and then Target bucket, 1, 2, 3, $3. Okay, and I had 4 of these the day of the booking, and I got 3 of them taken. I have 1 left. The day of the party, I made sure, and this is what I mean being prepared, what I didn't know to do, make sure you have your layout for your home gathering. Like, what do you want to do from start to finish? Okay, make sure you have a time set that you want to be there, because or else you're going to be there forever. And you're going to start to be like, oh, this is taking too much time. For me, guys, I'm in and out in an hour because I don't need to stay there and party with them. I don't need to stay there and eat with them. I'm getting in, I'm having some fun with them. I'm booking some parties, possibly join from there, and I'm out, and then I'm like, okay, well, so nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, have your itinerary set out. Okay. If you're new to home parties or home gatherings, what I do suggest is doing a mock setup at your house before you go to the party. That way you feel confident when you're setting up, because sometimes we're like, I've never done this before. I don't want to look dumb. I don't know what I'm doing. Do a mock setup. Set up a table at your house, set up your tablecloth, make sure you have everything where you want it to go, right? And I'm not going to go into detail with the extension cords, an hour, yeah, an hour, Bree. I literally have I'll show what I do too, but make sure you have every intention on booking more parties off of parties. Okay, do not leave a home party if you have the chance without booking another one. At least one, okay, and give them some type of incentive. And also what I do is I let the host know ahead of time. I'll say, hey, I'm going to offer some goodies for anybody that books a party off of your party. So make sure you start planting seed and letting them know, because if they book a party, you're also going to be incentivized. So I'll let them know if they book a party, you're getting something from me too, from them booking a party. And once their party happens, that's when they get their gift. Okay, and it'll usually be like a warmer that I have in stock, or mini warmer, whatever I have in stock. I'll make it cute, put it in a basket, put some ribbon on it, and there it goes. Okay, so that's home parties. What I also do at the home gatherings is I will hand the host gift to the host in front of her guests, because remember, people are seeing this. Oh, I want to say I had a free mini fan, the cheetah one, and I did mini fan with a pumpkin roll and did like a insert of coffee, you know, the little coffee things from Starbucks with a bow on it. Simple. See, you guys already know all this. I love it, but it works. Okay. So I said, I just want to thank Erica. Thank you so much for opening up your house. Thank you for sharing your friends with me. I spoil my host, and right now I just want to give you this mini fan diffuser. And I know you love Cheetah, and it has pumpkin roll, and I can't wait to hear what you think of it. But thank you so much for being a host. And I hand it to them in front because people are like, oh, she's getting free gifts. I want that. You know, so that's more incentive to book. Okay. So make sure you're rewarding your people, your hosts in front of them. Okay, moving on. How are we on time? Okay. Another thing on the leg of success is under sales is events. Some of you guys that are new, how many of you guys do events? I know some of the ones that are new may not have done your first event yet. There's so many good trainings on events. And I'm sure Bree and Alex have done some with you guys, and you can find some on YouTube, and there's lots of things. How do you find events? And what do I mean events? Events are like the pop-ups, how they have harvest festivals and they have little booths that are selling their stuff. Those are called pop-ups. Those are called events. And how can you find them? You can find them on Facebook. You can find them at your city hall community flyers. So it looks like you guys do events, lots of events. Awesome. Okay. Now here's my thing. Events used to be my biggest sales and my biggest form of expanding my customer base. Since my daughter's softball career has been so intense, I had to pull back on the weekends, but I'm getting back into it here and there because I need to expand my customer base. So if she's at practice, I'm like, okay, babe, I got an event, you know. So there's certain things that I balance with, but family over everything for me. So I will not miss my kids' games for it. But if you have to, and it's your income and it's your livelihood, and then you talk with your family and make those arrangements. Okay. Side note, I wish I knew that in the beginning instead of just planning and not explaining to my kids what I'm doing, you know, because that makes a difference in your business if they understand. Okay, so events. I do two things that have made three things. I have done three things with my events that have made a huge impact on the quality and then the aftermath of the event. One of them is every single vendor gets one of these before the event starts. It was so nice vending with you today. It usually has a scent circle in it, but I took it out. And there's candy, and then there's like little information about my business, because most of the time the vendors don't get to go around and visit people. Those vendors are people you want to network with. Your vendors are the people that may want to be a customer of yours. The vendors might want another side gig. Maybe what they're doing isn't working, or maybe they need some more income. So I will have this, and I will, before the event starts, I make sure I'm there early. That's another thing. Get there as early as you possibly can so you can take your time setting up. Okay. And then I have a little apron that I wear, and depending on how many vendors, and that's what I'll usually do. I'll ask the coordinator, how many vendors are you expecting? Okay. And then she'll say, oh, 20, 25. I make 20, 25 of these. Okay. And then once I'm done setting up, I load up my apron and I make my way to every single booth to introduce myself and to give them a free gift. Hey, I just want to, can I give you this this little gift I have for you. I know we're going to be busy the rest of the day, but I just wanted to bless you. Let's have a great Saturday. I hope you have a great day of sales. Okay. So they're like, oh, okay, great. Thank you. I'm not kidding you guys. Every single time I get sales on my website after the vendor event, and then I'll reach out like, hey, how did, when I do my follow-up, just wanted to see how you found me. Oh, I met you. I was a vendor at the so-and-so event. Okay. So you're planting seed with these vendors without even having to, you're just giving them a thank you. Okay. Now you might say, well, I don't have scent circles to give. Okay. Do candy. Make sure you just introduce yourself. Do samples. do felt samples so they can get an idea of what your business is about. Oh, it's a fragrance company. Okay. You know what I mean? So this template also will be available. I'll give it to Bree and Alex after. Okay. If you guys want it. Okay. So then I pre-make my thank you bags for vendor events. Okay. Every single order gets a thank you. Oh, it's so hard, guys. I have my lighting set dumb. Anyways, they get this thank you card from, it's already pre-made because I don't want to be fumbling. They're already ready. I have one on Thursday night. It's a harvest festival, so I'm going to be sitting down and making brand new ones too. Inside this little bag, there is a join kit information. It has the host earner kit, and then it has the full kit. Then it has a sample of the fragrance of the month and a picture of the warmer of the month. Okay. And then it has, thank you for your purchase. We appreciate it more than you know. And it's me and my daughters on the front. And then it says, it was so nice meeting you this weekend. We did a little happy dance to celebrate you choosing our family to be your Scentsy gals. Thank you for supporting our family business. We're so grateful. You make it possible for us to keep chasing our dreams. And then it has Rhianna Franco and girls with my cell phone number. It has all my Instagram. It has my Facebook. It has my TikTok. It has the website. It has my Facebook VIP QR code. You want to try to get as much information for them to come in contact with you as possible, okay? Because some don't do TikTok, some do Facebook, some only do Instagram, some don't do any of that, okay? So make sure you have all of that information so they can contact you. Now, what I do, same thing at my events, is I highlight the receipt. I highlight the receipt of what I want them to fill out. If you're at an event, some of them are hesitant to give you all this information, but what I say, and it's true, it's not a lie, is Scentsy offers a lifetime warranty on your product. So this helps me be able to find you. If anything happens and you call me, I'll be able to submit your exchange request easily. Oh, okay, so then their guards are down. If I'm just asking for their email and their phone number, nobody wants to be spammed. Nobody wants to be bugged. Okay, so if I just explain it in that aspect, then they're more likely to give me their information. Okay, now when I get home, I'm exhausted. Most of the time I just unload, leave it there, and then I'll unpack it the next day. Okay, so what I do is I sit at my desk, and then I will input every single contact that I have into the workstation under the contacts tab. You do not want these receipts just sitting there doing nothing. They need to be entered into your workstation, into the contacts. Yes, absolutely, Bree, I do. And this is exactly what I'm going to talk about next. So all their information is now input in the workstation. I immediately want to thank them again because I want to remind them who I am. So the very next day after the event, which is usually on Sundays, this week will be Friday, I'm going to text them and I'm going to say, hey, Brianna, thank you so much. Hey, Brianna, this is Rhianna with Scentsy. Thank you so much again for your purchase. It was so nice meeting you. I hope if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope to chat with you soon or whatever. However the text works itself out. Why do I do that? To bug them? No, because I want them to say, and I'll say that, please save my number in case you need an exchange or need to reorder or have any questions that I can help you with. So immediately, I'm not waiting to contact them, because here's the thing. When people are at events, they're in a hurry, they're buying, they're not paying attention. I don't even get a lot of time to fully explain. Some of them are brand new Scentsy customers, and I'll briefly, while I'm packaging up the order, tell them how to change their wax and stuff like that. But their mind is going, they're worried about the next booth they're going, the kids are running crazy, they're not paying attention. So I want to have them have my information saved in their phone. So I'm going to remind them, hey guys, hey Brianna, so nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. Please save my number. If you have any questions, please reach out. Okay, great, will do. Nice meeting you. Okay, so that's Alex said I follow up with everyone I met at my events this past week and I got another sale through text. Exactly. Okay, so now they're realizing, okay, she's a real person, not just somebody I met at an event that I'm probably never going to see or talk to again. Heck no, you're not. I'm not letting you go. You're my customer for life. You know what I mean? So we're kind of planting that seed for them. So make sure that you're getting all their information. Some will not give you certain pieces, and that's okay, but at least have their email or at least have their phone number, one or the other. Okay, because that's the biggest form of communication. So these templates will be in there also. in case you guys want them. Okay, moving on. So I did say we're going to touch base on different areas. Right now, I want to jump into the second leg of success, which is sponsoring and coaching. Okay, Chrissy said I started giving a cotton cleanup with directions on how to use with a sticker to anyone that buys wax. More times than not, it leads to them. Exactly. See, Chrissy, you're planting those seeds and you're upselling without upselling. You know, you're having them attach things that they hadn't had before, and you're educating them. And that's a big thing with our customers. We want to make sure they're educated in the product because they're more confident and they'll buy more, right? Okay, so in sponsoring and coaching, which is the second and third leg of success, you might think they're the same. Sponsoring is different than coaching. Sponsoring is kind of like recruiting, but then what do we do when we get them recruited? Okay, so we're going to talk about that. I think, do I have what? How long do I have, Bree? 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Okay, perfect. Okay, so when we get into the second and third legs of success, this is where our business starts picking up. That means we're sponsoring. If you're a certified consultant or you're an essential on here, take advantage of what Alex was talking about, this lead promotion, because you're getting that $200 bonus, right? And you're starting to build a team. But when you do that, you're starting to add more pieces to your puzzle. So now you have to, your goal, if you're going to start building a team, is to have a system in place so that it's not too overwhelming, that you can still work your business. And how do you do that? The biggest thing that I wish I knew when I started building a team was time blocking, because this will save your mind from being everywhere and anywhere. Because then we're like, okay, well, I got to do customer mail. Oh, I got to follow up with my team. Oh, I got to order. I got to. If you time block, what is time block? It's setting aside specific amount of time to work on, what did I do with mine? To work on different parts of your business. Because once you start building a team, you add pieces of your business. Now you're recruiting, so you have to have time for that. Now you have a team, but you have to coach your team. You can't just leave them there and blame them if they don't know what the heck they're doing, right? We are independent consultants. I get, yes, 100%, but if you're going to lead somebody, that means you're going to train them. You're going to help them. You're going to offer a servant type of leadership. Okay, we're not just here to recruit people and throw them on the group page and hope somebody trains them or hope they figure it out on their own. That's not what we do. Okay. So time blocking, here's what mine looks like. And I'm going to break it. I know it's far, but I'm going to break it down. Okay. So when you start sponsoring, you need to be able to have a plan. Okay. So my Mondays and Wednesdays are for new recruits, any new recruits that I have that are up to 70 days. Okay. I have my follow-up system that I do with them. Daughter's texting me. Join conversations that I'm having with them, promotions to leads and above, and I have that all written here. Okay, and I'll explain. Then I have coaching calls. Monday and Wednesdays are the only 2 days I do coaching calls. If I'm trying to do coaching calls every single day, where does that put my personal business? On the back burner, right? And that's not how it should go. Our personal business is first, always and forever, amen. Okay, but you cannot forget about the people that are following behind you and trusting you to help them. Okay, so coaching calls, pick a day that works for you. If one day works for you right now, then do one day. Okay, for me, 2 days work, so I do Monday and Wednesday. Then I pick someone new each week to work with. If you have a smaller team, if you're a star director, I'm sure you have a larger team. If you're a director, you have a larger team. Dig into your team. Do not, of course, you work with your frontline first, but once your frontline has been taken care of, you want to dig down your line. You want to look at your numbers and see, we should be looking at our numbers daily, if not very often during the week. We want to see our high PRV performers, because we want to put our hands on them. We want to acknowledge them, because some people may not have a strong sponsor. Some of them may not have a present sponsor. Okay. And some of you may have been experiencing this. Some of you on here may not. Please do not say, because we don't badmouth. Just if I'm talking to your soul, then just amen. But work down. If you are a lead, you have people in your line. If you're a star, you have people in your line. Acknowledge those that are performing, those that have active frontline. That's what you want to pay attention to. Those that are 500 PRV and more, those who are consistently putting in orders. You want to dig down. Okay, so that's what when it says pick someone new to work with, every week I'm picking somebody from my line. I'm looking at numbers to either acknowledge and reach out to say, hey, do you have any questions? And you guys, I kid you not, every time, oh, well, how do I do da, 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 and it's basic stuff. And I'm just like, oh, and it's going to happen. There's going to be some times where there's pieces missing. They didn't get trained properly, or maybe they started their business off shaky, but now they want to start taking it seriously. So it's going to happen. So make sure you reach down and try to get new people. I mean, work with new people, because trust me, they're going to be excited to work with you. Okay. Then I do, it's a coaching call. Monday and Wednesday is team day and coaching calls. So then team, I shout out 5 texts. I send coffee to my top leader. Okay. So that's once a week. You don't have to do that if you don't have the money for it. I do a team email for top sales and sponsoring, team live on the team page and or leadership page. Okay. So that's my Monday. If I want to add to that, then I will, if I have more time. But this is my non-negotiable. On Monday, I am getting my team stuff done, period. That is my focus, and I'm not allowing any other thing to come in. That is time blocking. 30 minutes of this is what's going to happen. I'm not going to get distracted. Oh, shoot, happy mail. Oh, shoot, that's what happens to us, and we never get much done because we're so distracted. Okay, Tuesday, customer is king. So Tuesday's my customer day. So I update my business page. I have 3 join conversations. I'm trying to add at least 1 new customer a week. My follow-ups for customer orders, are they processed? Are they posted? Are they printed? Are they shipped? I'm going through my order history and doing my customer follow-up. Okay. Party bookings. How many parties do I have? If I don't have parties, that's where my focus is going to be. We need to make sure we have parties on every single month. Try to get tech shares, try to get bag shares, home gatherings, office parties, catalog, whatever. Any way you can, you need to keep expanding your customer base through parties. And my goal, and this doesn't have to be yours, but it's book 1 new party a week. Okay, and that's for a month. That will give you room in case you have any are flopping. Okay, and that's going to happen. Please know if you are, and this is something I wish I knew in the beginning, essentials and certifieds, know that it's normal that some parties are going to flop, which means some are going to come back with no sales. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong necessarily, or maybe you need to grow in the area of host coaching. So this will kind of guide you along the way. Okay, so make sure that you give yourself grace when you first start. You're going to have some bomb ones, and you're going to have some flop ones. You're going to have some in the middle ones, and that's all normal. Okay. I don't have time to talk about host coaching. So, and then Sensi Club. I love how Bree does Sensi Sunday. I got that from her, so I do that in my VIP club. I talk about that on my social media. Then if you do themed crates, you can work on your themed crates, get a theme, post that, and then get orders for that. Go on YouTube if you have questions about that and look up Sensi theme or Sensi mystery boxes. I don't have time to go through that, but that's another way of getting sales and touching base with your customers and giving them something that they don't get from other consultants. Okay. Then I talk about the earn a kit. So 5 individual reach outs, and I usually talk about the earn a kits with people that have open parties with me, and I'll be like, hey girl, your party's at 800. You are doing amazing. You know what? I just want to plant the seed that when you're ready to close this, we can totally just flip this over to you, and you become the consultant, and you get the commission, and then I give them all the perks. Okay, so you want to keep planting that seed from the beginning of the party to the end of the party. Okay. And then Thursday is my filming and content day. I have a YouTube channel. So I do my warmer of the month. I do my whiff box unboxing, the LTOs that have been coming out like bananas. I'm like I make sure I post those on Thursday, and then Friday is my what have I been warming, and all that. You guys, this content day is extra. Please do not start there. Okay, it is helpful, but I'm able to do that because right now I'm reaching out because my customer base is steady, it's strong. So now I have a little bit of time to start reaching out amongst the internet world. And what I'm warming is going to connect me with the people that are watching. It's a more personal vibe. Okay. But I don't suggest you starting here. I suggest you do what you can and you know what you can have your hands on. You could do YouTube, absolutely, but don't get caught up in building that to where you forget about something that's right at your fingertips. Okay. And then Friday is wrap it up. I get my pre-orders emails out, the jot form. If you guys are not using jot form, I suggest you train yourself on that. There's lots of YouTube channels and it makes it easy to collect pre-orders. I look at my inventory to see what I need. I follow up with any join conversations that I have, any party follow-ups that I have, and then I clean my office. A clean office makes for a good work environment. Okay. So that is my time blocking. I do suggest you look at your calendar and write out your non-negotiables. Like my girls' softball schedule is non-negotiable. Everything else is pieced in, and that's why Scentsy works. You put it how it works for your schedule, because Bree's schedule is different than mine. Alex's schedule is different than mine. If I try to put their schedule on mine, I'm going to get frustrated and overwhelmed because they have time blocks here that makes sense versus my time blocks that make sense. So make sure it works for your schedule, okay? And how much you want to put in. I suggest like 30 minutes a day at least to time block specific items, okay? And then lastly, because I'm almost out of time, I have 5 minutes. What? Oh, that's my baby. She's home. Okay, so lastly is the coaching part, because now you got your team, you have to coach them. The most crucial part of getting somebody here is the first 24 to 48 hours, because they're super excited still, they're nervous, they don't know what's coming. I have an onboarding checklist that I use within 24 to 48 hours. It's either via a phone call or FaceTime or Zoom. And I let them know how important it is. Oh my gosh, let's get your training done within the next 24 to 48 hours, since he has some awesome incentives that we want to get you going on right away. And I want you to feel confident and get you going. So then on the checklist, we'll schedule the time. Most of the time, I would say 85% of the time, they'll say, okay, let's do it tomorrow, or I'm available the day after tomorrow. You do not want them to not be trained right away, because they're going to lose interest. The excitement's going to go away. They're going to be like, oh, what did I do? Okay, we want to capitalize on that. So on the checklist, it says, ask them their why, explain why you asked. Make sure that you get their why and write it on I don't know if you guys do this, but I have a frontline focused binder, and all of my frontline, I put on their why, because when they're struggling, I want to remind them, hey girl, remember why you joined. You might have forgot. Remember you said you were struggling and this money really helps pay for gas to get your girls to school or whatever. And then it's gonna remind them. Sometimes we forget, right? Because things get too hard or things slow down. Girl, you better work. Remember what you said. You're trying to pay off your car. You better work. Okay. And then I explained to them shooting star and certified. I talk about launch party. Huge, you guys. Our new teamies need to be having launch parties. Essentials and certifieds that are on here, if you did not have a launch party, it's not too late. You can still have a launch party. Okay, so I suggest, either if your sponsor is not present, guess what? You could do it yourself. You can ask maybe one of your leaders to help you if you need help, or like a skeleton, but you can still have a launch party. This is where people are excited for you. They're interested. You can do it Facebook Live. You can do it in person, however works for you. Okay. But if you didn't do one, it's not too late. Go back and do it. Okay. I have them set up their party link. I walk them through that. We set up a Facebook group for their launch party, and then we flip it into their VIP party. And I have an image. If you guys want that, Bree, I can give it to you too, where literally the image shows them how to create the VIP party step by step, so that we don't have to be explaining it every time. Okay, cool. I'll send it to you. Then I said, one of your homework assignments is announce it on social media that you're a consultant, and that's their homework. Then I say homework, which is optional. Optional is do a live unboxing. The sooner you guys get into this, and the people that are here that have been around long can vouch for this, essentials and certified, the sooner you start going live on your page and showing your face and talking about it, the faster your business is going to grow. And I wish I knew that. It would always be just product, but people are going to connect more with you when they see your face, or when you're holding items and you're talking about it. I know it might be a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe you don't like your voice, maybe you don't like your face. If you don't like your face, you just stand in the mirror and you need to tell yourself how beautiful you are, because you are unique and you are individual and you are so special. Nobody is you. Okay, so that we have to get over. We have to get over that. Okay, so once you do it the first time, then it's going to get easier, and it's going to get easier, and it's going to get easier. Don't let the fear grip you. You have to do it scared. Okay, greatness is on the other side of fear. Okay, and then complete their first things first checklist, explain the shipping status, paid, posted, printed, shipped, explain the pay, the transfer, bank info, tell them about email scams, interested in sponsoring. This is huge, you guys. I literally talk to my new teenies about sponsoring on day one, because I let them know you don't have to know everything. Certifies and essentials, don't let that keep you at bay if you don't know everything, because guess what? 6.5 years later, I still don't know everything. Okay, but we can start building now, and you have a beautiful community here with Alex and Bree and what they've created, and they're always willing to help leaders that want to grow. Okay, so don't let that keep you from building a team just because you don't know everything. Okay, I show them the workstation, the news tab, the Facebook, how everything's pinned to the top. I show them the consultant store, explain the benefits of warmer of the month, explain PWS versus workstation, show the consultant support information. I give them where to find trainings, YouTube, workstation, and the group page, and I explain the chain of command. All that's on here, okay? And I just finished at 7:30, perfect timing. But that's my training. That's my chat with you guys today. And I'm going to give them everything that's here. And if you guys have questions, I'm happy to answer. If you guys want to send me a DM or anything like that, because we're out of time and I don't want to overstay my welcome.